Now, what have I told you that the story you've been telling yourself about who you are, what you've lost and what's possible for your future isn't the whole story, and that you could actually rewrite that script starting today? Now, if something about that hits home, if you've been feeling like you're stuck in someone else's narrative or you're lost in your own, then stick around because this one's for you. So let's get going. Now, as we know, loss changes everything. See, it's not just about grief, it's about identity. Who am I now? What do I do with all of this pain, and where the hell do I even start? Maybe it was the death of a loved one, a divorce, a friendship that vanished when you needed it the most. Maybe it was the loss of your youth, your job, or a sense of safety. Whatever it was, I'm sure it cracked you open. And here's the part that most people don't talk about. See, after the shock fades, after everyone else goes back to their lives, you're still standing there holding all the broken pieces. But here's what I've learned. When life breaks you open and you've sat in all that sadness and heartache, one day you may feel ready. When you do, then you get to rewrite your story. Not because you're ignoring the pain, but because you're honouring it and choosing not to let it define your future. You see, rewriting your story doesn't mean pretending the loss didn't happen. It means you stop letting it be the final chapter and you stop letting it narrate your every decision. Now, it's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you are now that everything's shifted. So, how do we actually do that? Well, here are 5 suggestions to help you start rewriting your story after loss. Suggestion number 1, acknowledge the old story. Grab a journal and pour it all out. Take a look and see what beliefs did this loss create for you. Maybe you're telling yourself, oh, nothing ever works out for me, or I'm all alone now, or I don't think I'll ever be able to trust anyone again. You see, you can't rewrite something you haven't looked at, so look at it. Write the unfiltered version, dig deep, and let it bleed out onto the page. Suggestion number 2, question what's still true. You know, not every part of that story still deserves your energy. So ask yourself, is this belief true or is it just familiar? Maybe you believed you had to be the strong one, or that you weren't allowed to be happy again, or that no one would ever understand you. Let's be real, some of those beliefs were survival mechanisms. They served a purpose, but you're not surviving anymore. You're rebuilding, and rebuilding needs new rules. Suggestion number 3, create a new vision. I know this part can feel very awkward at first, especially if you've been sitting in survival mode for a while. But here's the deal. Your brain needs direction. If you don't give it one, it'll just keep running the old loops. So ask yourself, what do I want the next chapter of my life to feel like? Calm, energized, free? Start to visualize it. Picture a day in your future where things feel lighter. What are you doing? Who's around you? And what are you wearing? Because listen, your outfit matters too. Let your imagination go there, even if it feels wobbly at first, because that's how the new story begins. Suggestion number 4, choose one new action. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. That's way too difficult and it's exhausting. Pick one new action that aligns with a new version of you. And it could be as simple as going to a new cafe, signing up for that strength training class that you've always wanted to do, or unfollowing those Instagram accounts that keep you stuck in the past. You know, it's all about one small action, one shift, and one page in the new chapter. That's how stories change. And number 5, repeat with love. Remember, you're not failing if you have a rough day. You're not going backwards if you still cry in the car or you feel anxious at the grocery store. This is practice. Healing isn't linear, And rewriting your story doesn't mean you'll stop grieving. It means you're learning to live again with grief in your pocket, not at the wheel. So I'll recap really quickly. 1, acknowledge the old story. 2, question what's still true. 3, create a new vision. 4, choose one new action. And 5, repeat with love. Now here's my question for you. What part of your old story are you ready to let go of? And what's one word you want your next chapter to feel like? Drop it in the comments and let's talk about it, because you're not alone, and honestly, someone else might need to hear exactly what you have to say. So know that your story isn't over, and if you feel ready, you get to pick up the pen every single day and write something new. And if you're ready for some support while you do it, I've got a few free gifts for you. My guided sleep meditation if your mind won't quiet down at night. My 4-week wine pause journal if you've been numbing. More Than Healing, and 61 tips on the experience of grief that reminds you what you're feeling is real, valid and normal. And you'll find them all in the description. Now, if you're getting value from this video and it gave you something to think about, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. The next chapter, it's all yours to write. So thank you for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.